Now, it is time, of course, to turn our attention to all the latest sports. Sonia McLaughlin is with us. Hello.
Hi, I'm Jane. Thank you very much. Good morning again. Starting with athletics now. And Dwain Chambers has launched a legal battle at the High Court in a bid to run at the Olympics. He hopes to overturn a British Olympic Association bylaw that prevents drug cheats from competing at the Games. Britain is one of just 3 countries in the world that takes that moral stance. Simon Clegg is Chief Executive of the BOA. Good morning, Simon. I know you've been presenting the British kit today. Very smart, I have to say, it looks too. How concerned are you, though, Simon, that Dwain Chambers is bidding to wear one of those blazers as he launches his legal challenge today?
Well, Sonia, as you rightly say, I'm up here in Birmingham today for the Team GB kit issue. My understanding is that our lawyers have indeed received something this morning. I'm yet to speak to them. I think we put out a statement to that effect, and at this stage I've got nothing else to add to that issue.
I know you've got nothing else to add, Simon, but it is an issue that isn't going to go away. I mean, you can talk, though, about this bylaw that you have in place. Even if we take Chambers aside, is it a little bit not like double jeopardy, effectively punishing the athlete for the same crime twice? They serve a ban. Should they not be allowed to compete on the biggest stage of all?
I'm sorry, I think I've made my position very clear on this issue. We have pushed out a statement from London. I've not yet had a chance to speak to the lawyers. I'm focused here very much on the kit issue. That's really what I came on the programme to discuss today, and I've got nothing to add further to the statement that has now been issued down in London.
All right, Britain has been set a target, Simon, of 35 medals, aiming for 8th on the table. How optimistic are you that can actually be achieved?
Well, that is a target that has been put out by UK Sport, the government agency responsible for funding the governing bodies. We, responsible for the preparation, leadership, selection and management of that team, have yet to make any public statement in terms of the positioning on the medal table. I'm confident that we're seeing a huge development across a whole range of Olympic sports, which means that we're going to have a really positive Games in Beijing. And of course, we have to understand that that's a really important stepping stone for us through to the aspirational target that we have of finishing 4th place in the medal table in London 2012.
You've lost a potential medalist in Zara Phillips. We can't avoid the fact she has such a high profile. How big a blow was that to the team and to morale?
Well, of course, it's always disappointing when you lose high-quality athletes, particularly someone of Zara's calibre who's been a previous world champion and European champion, so close to the Olympic Games. But I think the great thing across the sport of equestrian, and indeed across many sports, is that as a result of the additional funding that's now available to the governing bodies, we've got significant strength in depth. So in fact, we've lost 2 members of the equestrian team over the last week, 10 days or so, and they have been replaced by very competent, very experienced riders and horses who I'm sure will step up to the plate when they compete in Hong Kong this summer.
You're clearly wearing that blazer with pride, Simon. Is this the moment, in a sense, when the Olympics becomes very real, the moment the kit is there?
That's absolutely right, and the athletes that we had at the press conference today, the 3 girls from the Yangling, Sarah Webb, Sarah Ainton and Pippa, were talking about how all of a sudden it becomes so real when they come here and go through the kitting out operation. They're getting about 95 individual items of clothing and equipment, plus their own sport-specific clothing. This is a massive logistical exercise for us here at the NEC. We're handing out some 375,000 items and equipment, some of which are displayed in front of me. I mean, if you've got time, I'll just walk you through some of the items. I mean, you can see here, for example, this is the smallest shoe that we'll be issuing to a member of the team, size 3.5, up to the other extreme, size 17. If you look at the jacket that I'm wearing, on the outside of it, it appears as though it's a blue pinstripe suit with an Olympic badge on the outside. But when you open the inside, you see this red, white and blue lining, and then with this fantastic taping around the inside here saying determined, proud, inspired and passionate, and even a replica of the 1908 Olympic Games gold medal here as the button badge. Going through some of the rest of the equipment, of course, with 95 items, it would take a good period of time to go through the whole lot, but you can see the detail that has been provided here, even down to the Team GB lion's head here on the side of the sunglasses, a mascot which has recently been named Pride, through to a camcorder for each of the athletes from one of our sponsors. And in terms of the attention to detail, even here we've decided that because of the importance of quality of sleep to athletes, we're actually going to provide every athlete in the Olympic Village with a British team a pillow, and we're providing them with a sample of that here in the UK as part of this kitting out process, so that they can actually become accustomed to that before they fly out to Beijing.
Simon,
so it's all about attention to detail,
Simon,
and making sure that we can support athletes.
Thank you very much for that. Just a quick question, who's got a size 3.5 trainers?
Well, some of the smaller athletes, you know that we've got some very small gymnasts, for example, and they will be at one extreme of the range, and going up to, I mean, we regularly deal with ladies with size 12 feet, and some of the men, as you've seen, in size 17. So it's a big logistical exercise.
Excellent. Simon, you did that very, very well. You put Trini and Susanna out of business, I think. Thank you very much for your time this morning. I'm grateful.